What's up, residents? Jacob here. First off, I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and holiday season. A while back, I made a video on if Godzilla was the last of his kind, and it got me thinking, what happened to the other Godzillas? Specifically, the ones in the new Monsterverse. After some thought and looking through opinions of residents like you, this is what we came up with. Let's get to it. We know that the Monsterverse is taking a more realistic approach to the monsters, so that must mean that Godzilla had parents of some sorts, unless he just spawned out of nothingness. So let's chat about the scene in Godzilla 2014 that has the long skeleton in which the female Muto hatched from. Now, this topic has been beat to death, so we won't stay here long, but it's worth bringing up. The Mutos were addicted to radiation, like a moth to a lamp. Or Godzilla fans to Dangerville, huh? Quick fact. Mutos are a parasitic kaiju, which is why the female's egg was laid in the dead ancient monster. The reason why we and many others think that this was another of Godzilla's kind is due to the excessive levels of radiation it pulses through Godzilla's body, plus a little hint from the director in the Godzilla 2014 commentary. For the Mutos to grow inside their eggs, they needed to have access to extreme levels of radiation, hence why it is a good idea for these Mutos to put their eggs in a dead Godzilla's corpse. The only issue with this is, how the hell did that and all the other Godzillas die? The combined might of the male and female Muto, all juiced up on sexual tension, almost defeated a Godzilla that was weakened due to his million-year slumber. But once Godzilla started to take them serious, they really weren't much of a challenge. So I find it unlikely that ancient Mutos would have ever been able to defeat a Godzilla unless there was an overwhelming force of them. What I find to be a much more likely situation is that the Muto that laid the egg in the possible Godzilla skeleton happened to find an already defeated Godzilla. But if not the Mutos, then who? Who would have the power to kill this individual and possibly all the others of Godzilla's kind? In the prequel story to the Monsterverse Godzilla that was given to us in the comic Awakening, Godzilla and all the other kaiju roamed the earth before the age of the dinosaurs. The lands were full of gigantic, terrifying, and deadly beings, all potentially capable of killing Godzilla if they got lucky. The key word there, though, is lucky. The G-Man is practically indestructible, and lesser monsters would know this and steer clear of the alpha species that ruled the Earth. But what if a new monster somehow fell to Earth? And what if this new titan was a devil with 3 heads? King Ghidorah is the arch nemesis to Godzilla, and has always been that in every era of the Godzilla stories. And what if, to establish a level of intensity and drama between the monsters, what if Legendary has created a backstory in which Godzilla's entire race was killed by Ghidorah? The hints given to us about the story of King of the Monsters has shown that this may just be the case. In the latest trailer, you can feel the hate the two alpha predators have for each other, almost like there are personal stakes at hand. The way Godzilla charges towards Ghidorah just looks full of emotion. Emotion that could have come from Ghidorah wiping out all the other Godzillas. Ghidorah has long been known as the destroyer of worlds, and he may have done just that to Godzilla, killing his kind, destroying his world. So how did King Ghidorah get frozen in the ice then? Well, just maybe there was an even earlier alliance of titans that fought Ghidorah together, and somehow they managed to defeat Ghidorah and freeze him in this icy tomb. This would also help explain the hate Ghidorah has towards Godzilla, as he would feel like his title of King of Earth was taken from him due to Godzilla calling in his homies the first time. Godzilla, fueled by the urge to protect his land and the memory of his kind. Ghidorah, hell-bent on domination and power, angered by millions of years of confinement, just waiting to throw down in an epic battle for the ages. Sounds about right to me. What do you think? There is also the possibility that the other Godzillas in the Monsterverse died out due to natural causes like asteroids or other extinction events. But since this is a made-up fantasy, why not create a more personal and high-stakes backstory to this iconic grudge? When Godzilla King of the Monsters releases, I expect to find out much more on the ancient backstory to these titans, and just maybe, this theory may be correct. It would also make the upcoming fight between Godzilla and King Kong that much more exciting. If both of them lost their entire race to other monsters killing them all, they're both gonna be built up on rage and aggression. Maybe that's why they both never lose, huh? We'll see in 2020. Residents, if you like this theory video and want more like it, make sure to subscribe and become a resident of Dangerville right now. If you think we deserve it, go on over to our Patreon as well to get special rewards and help us get you more content. As always, this has been Jacob, and peace out.